Old Forester's 1920. Today, John and I are going to open up this bottle, give it a little taste, see if it's worth the money. All right, so that was our, I don't even know, was that the rays of heaven shining down on the bottle of bourbon here? So today we're going to talk a little bit more detail around Old Forester's 1920. I've had Old Forester's before. I've had 1920. I've been lucky enough to have that. This is John's first time,
I've never
right?
had Old Forester anything, so it's the first time for
perfect.
me.
So this will be great for us. I think, Old Foresters, they have a rich history. We can, probably spend a lot of time talking about the history, but what I've actually found is their website has a great overview of timelines of their history, where they've been distilled. So I really don't want to belabor a lot of that because they do have a rich history that's not really out on their website. So, here's a plug, go out to their website, take a look, support this awesome distillery of bourbons. A little bit though that we do want to talk about is, where does Old Forester's get its name? And what other brands do they have? So you've probably heard of JTS Brown. So that's actually the original family, the Brown family that started this distillery. Old Forester's got its name from, I believe he was a doctor, and he was a friend of the family's, and he, I believe, helped, if not financially, definitely just helped support their cause. So we kind of, at the very beginning of the video, we talked about some of the things, and this was, and you can make the case now, still is a medicinal bourbon. I like to think all bourbon's medicinal, like a little shot at night if you're not feeling so great. Helps you sleep and clears up your sinuses and whatnot. But this truly was one of the bottles that talked about the history of it is definitely that it's was the first to be bottled in glass, and why was that? So originally, before bottles of bourbon were put in bottles, they were sold by the barrel, and then when Prohibition hit, they turned into medicinal bourbons, and so this was one of the few companies that survived Prohibition. They were able to do that because it was medicinal, so they had the license to do that. And the other fun little piece of tidbit history I have for you here, John, is this is the only bourbon that has been owned by the same company prior, during, and after Prohibition.
So you could get your doctor to write you a prescription for bourbon?
Hell yeah.
That would be nice.
Which is probably why their friend Old Forester's was around.
Would you have a copay on that?
No, you wouldn't, because that was before HMOs.
Oh.
So with that, I thought that was some interesting facts about Old Forester's.
So Old Forester's, they've got a bunch of different product lines. So they've got Old Forester 1870, Old Forester 1897, Old Forester, now to make it confusing, they skipped the year convention and they have Old Forester Proof of 86. Mm-hmm. They have Old Forester 1910, Old Forester 1920, Old Forester President's Club, Old Forester Statesman, Old Forester Single Barrel, Old Forester, it's a seasonal, harder to find one, birthday bourbon. Mm-hmm. Old Forester 100 proof. Old Forester is kind of the Mexican restaurant of bourbon offerings because they have about 100 items on the menu. I hope that, all the items are good, but we're going to try the 115 proof Prohibition style here today. I got this at the store. I would say it's not impossible to find. It's not a Buffalo Trace difficulty to find.
Right.
But I went to a couple liquor stores and they didn't even carry any Old Forester. Another one I saw, they had 1910, but they didn't have 1920. So it's a little difficult to find, at least in our area, but it's not impossible. It's not cheap, so we'll see today if it lives up to the $60 price tag that I paid for it.
Yeah.
And that's based on the prices in our region here. So, Eric, are you ready to open? Do you want me to open the bottle?
You can if you'd like. So little side history, I was able to find this as well, and I gave it as a gift this past Christmas, which is how I was able to enjoy tasting this. And that was actually my first time with any Old Foresters, and to be honest, like I really enjoy this one. So, man, that was a skimpy pour.
Let's see how it goes here.
All right, smells good, caramely. Enjoy the bourbon.
It is caramely.
Ooh. First bourbon of the day. Smooth.
It's smooth. I would agree.
I think it's up front, it's kind of charcoaly. Finish is smooth, kind of sweet. I'm getting notes of cherry.
It's not a burn like a Four Roses kind of spicy burn. It's a very smooth little burn I got coming down.
That was the first sip. Now you gotta take that You gotta take that second sip.
Excuse me.
Went down the wrong pipe.
A little bit wrong now.
So I'd say for 115 proof bourbon,
it's extremely smooth.
Like they are killing it right now.
I would say it's maybe a little bit chocolatey, maybe a little bit caramely.
All right, let me get in there and try that again. I do. Okay, I'm catching the charcoal notes or the chocolatey notes in there.
Yeah.
I still have the smoky charcoaly flavor though, so I'd be curious. I didn't do the research on it. I'd be curious of what char the barrel is on this. I bet it's a 3, which is out of 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how long they will burn the inside of the barrel before they actually put the bourbon in it to finish off aging in the barrels there. So
I would say does it earn its $60 price tag? Yes. I think if they ever had this at 40 or 50 bucks, I would be all day long buy this for 40 or 50 bucks.
So if you happen to be in a part of the country where you can catch a bottle of this Prohibition 1920 for under $60, under $50, you hit the jackpot, and I would tell you to buy 2 bottles and send Jon and I one, and we'll reimburse you. I have some family that lives out west. I think I'm going to have them start to be some bourbon hunters for us because, if you follow us or anybody else out online on Instagram or whatnot, it seems to be out west, the prices, I don't know if it's taxes, I don't know if it's just the demand isn't as high out there, but people are always posting some hard to find bourbons and there'll just be a shelf of them and it's like $10, $15 cheaper than anything that we can usually find here.
I would actually say this is a good bourbon that, like, if I was going to introduce somebody to bourbon, a bourbon that you could actually find, that's a real good bourbon to get them liking bourbon, this would be a great one to use.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's probably dangerous in the getting you drunk area because it's 115 proof and very smooth, not hard at all to keep sipping on it.
I agree.
Yeah. But it's good. I think it earns the $60 price tag, but I would love to see it at 30 or 40 bucks. All day long at 30 or 40 bucks, but I don't think it's unjustified at the $60 price tag.
Yep. So I think maybe what we'll need to do now, since they have, I think I was counting 9, maybe 10, I'd have to go back and check how many different bottles they have. Some of them, Jon and I are never gonna find. Like the birthday cake one, I think like it comes out in the fall, and I mean, they're gone. Like I don't think Jon and I will ever find one of those. But some of the other more common bottles maybe we can get. The overall style of them tends to be very similar. There are a few that are completely different bottle styles, but for the most part, their common ones are going to be in this same bottle style. The label looks very similar, and the closest liquor store to me. Lately, they've had this, they've had the 1910, they've had the 86 proof, and I think I've even seen 100 proof. Yeah. So, like, I'm lucky enough that, like, my normal go-to liquor store, I mean, it is a very small deli and liquor store, so it's kind of got a little bit of everything in there. But their stock has been really on point lately. So I think next time I'm there, I'll try to see what else I can find, and we'll start to do a little bit more of a comparison, price point and taste.
I think it's neat that they use the years because that kind of makes it easy to keep track of all the different bourbons that they have, the 1870, 1897, 1910, 1920. It's just kind of weird that they don't follow the same naming convention and just go off.
Well, how about
they are a bit of a Mexican restaurant. They've got, give me number 76 on the menu.
And
yes.
don't forget the backside has lunch specials.
Oh, okay.
$7.99. So
Yes.
I think John and I are gonna get Mexican after this. Some more, please.
We do need some more.
That was.
See, that's why this is dangerous.
That is dangerous. That is a really high drinkability. That was easy. I mean, there are.
Yeah, no, it's totally smooth. Doesn't want to, sometimes you want to kind of wait between sips with bourbon if it's not as smooth as this. But I mean, I can keep sipping this.
Yeah, that's
what makes it dangerous.
Yeah, that
and
that's a
high-proof.
dangerous bourbon. Yes. Yeah, I would agree. All right, so with that, I've really one more sip.
I'd love to see the price come down, but
so
I don't think they're unjustified at the price, but I'd love to see it come down.
So I think what we need to do is get another bottle, a different flavor, start to compare these. Yeah. John and I like to do those fun graphics, so I'm sure maybe he'll put some more up here right now, but on the video. Definitely 115 proof, high drinkability. So I really do enjoy this one a lot. So
one thing we'd like to do is give you all the information that we can give you. So as we've gone through and we started to review all these bourbons, we're going to keep it on our website and on the YouTube channel, and just kind of give you an average person's review of the bourbon. We're not bourbon snobs, I guess, and But do we like it or not? Is it worth buying? That's really what we're looking to give you guys.
Yeah.
If you can like our video and subscribe, that would be great, because that helps us to build this channel, buy more bourbon, and give more reviews.
Yeah, tell your friends. Bourbon is, I don't know, it's just continues to explode with popularity. And in this day and age, I think this is a nice thing that brings people together. So with that, John,
cheers.
Cheers again. And hey guys, enjoy the bourbon.
Enjoy the bourbon.